Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Cloud Mastery course. So in the last session we have understood like what is S3 and what exactly the purpose of using S3. And now in this session we are going to learn the practical implementation of creating buckets and how we can use S3 and how we can actually upload our data into S3 and what exactly objects are and what are the different aspects of using S3 with our, I can say, projects, or I can say in our day-to-day life. So now let's start the session. So now I'm going to show you practically like how we can create the Amazon storage, like Amazon S3 storage, how we can create the bucket and how we can upload the object into that particular S3 bucket. Okay, so now let me just take you to our AWS console and then I will be showing you practically how you can do that. So now as you can see, like I'm in my Amazon console, like AWS console, and just search for S3. Okay, so you'll get something like this is S3 scalable storage in the cloud. Okay, so what we are doing, please keep this thing in your mind, we are creating a scalable storage. Okay, so but in order to create the scalable object, first we need to create the bucket. Okay, so as you can see, we are having lots of things like account snapshot updated every 24 4 hours. Like there are lots of information, we are going to explore each and everything, okay, in the upcoming sessions as well. Now let's just click on create bucket. So now let me just click over here, create bucket. So as I told you, first we have to create the bucket, then we will create the object, means we will upload the object inside the bucket. So I'm giving my bucket name, I'm just saying hoping minds bucket. I'm just giving the name as hoping mind bucket. And then we are having two things. First we are having object ownership, like ACL disabled or ACL enabled. ACL is basically access control list. Okay, but access control list we should have enabled always, so that like we can have a proper control on the access as well, like who can actually access that particular data inside that bucket. So basically it stands for ACL. So as you can see, control ownership of object written to this bucket from other AWS account, and the use of access control list, which is ACLs. Object ownership determines who can specify access to object. So we are creating the object and we are just enabling the ACL. Okay, we are just enabling the access control list. We are just, I can say, defining like who is going to access this particular the object in this particular bucket or not. We are going to do that. And apart from that, we are having the bucket owner preferred. So we are just leaving this as it is. And also we are having block public access setting for this bucket. We are going to, first we are going to create the bucket for public use, means anyone can access the data which we are having inside the bucket from anywhere in the world. So we are going to like uncheck this box, so that it should not have any block or blockage on any kind of public access. Okay, so now this can be accessed from anywhere. And it is saying turning, like we are getting the warning as well, it is saying turning off block all public access might result in this bucket and the object within becoming public. Okay, so AWS recommend that you should not turn on your public block access, means everything should be blocked on the public side, so that you will be having the better security. And also first we are having like another, we are having bucket versioning, means we can create the version of the bucket. So this concept I'm going to teach you just after this first session. Hold this for the particular concept. Now I'm just not doing anything, I'm just putting this thing as disable. Again we are having tag, like in each and every service of AWS we are having the tag, so we don't have to do anything with the tags. Okay, default encryption, just leave everything as it is, and the advanced setting we are not going to touch. So let's just create on bucket. So it is saying okay, we should have to check this box, click on this box, then create bucket. Okay, so we have just created the bucket with the name Hoping Minds bucket. So I'm already having few buckets, but we have created the bucket with the name Hoping Minds bucket. So if you will check the property, so you will see like this bucket is in Asia Pacific Mumbai region, and this is the ARN. ARN is basically stands for Amazon resource name. So with if you are having any ARN in front of you, you can actually easily understand what service exactly this particular ARN associated. Means as you can see, ARN AWS S3 Hoping Minds bucket. Mean inside this S3 we have created this bucket, and S3 inside this AWS. Okay, this is how we can understand. Now the thing is permissions. So we are having the permission. It is saying block all public access. We just turned it off. So we are not blocking any public access. So everything is quite, I can say set up. Now let's just try to upload the object inside this bucket. So we have created the container, a kind of a bucket, and now we are going to upload some objects to this particular bucket. So now let's just click on upload. Okay, so you can add any file, you can add any folder. I'm just going to add one image file. So now let me just click over here, add file. Okay, so I'm having this file. Okay, let me just download a file from internet. Okay, that will be quite I can say interesting. So I'm just saying AWS S3 will be having a file. Let me just check the image. So we are getting these images. Okay, so I'm just saving this image on my desktop with the name download.png. Okay, so now we are having one image on our desktop. So now add file desktop, we are having this file as download.png. So we are just uploading this file. So we have just uploaded this file, we have just added this file. Now let's just upload this. So as you can see, the size of my file is too low, so that's why it is not taking much time. But maybe like you will be having very big file in terms of size, so you have to keep each and every scenario in your mind. So it is saying upload succeeded, and we have already uploaded our file. So now let me just close this. So what we are having inside this Hoping Mind bucket, we are having one object. So this is the object which we are having. Now let me just click on this object. So now we are having this interface. So this interface is of object. Okay, and also we are having this object URL, and if I try to copy this and try to run this, so as you can see, access denied. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm just trying to actually open this particular file which we have uploaded in the cloud. Okay, with the name with Hoping Minds bucket, something like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to check for the permission. We have changed the permissions for bucket, but for the object we have to change the permissions. So in the permissions we are having control access control list, and as you can see, object ownership permission we are having, but everyone public access we don't have anything, just like this. So we need to make it publicly available. So I'm just saying everyone public access. Okay, and I'm just saying I understand the effect of these changes on this particular object. Now let's just click on save changes. Okay, and now if I refresh this, so as you can see, we are having this particular object, and this is the link. Okay, so if you will try to copy this link and if you will share this with any one of your friend, like they can actually access what you have uploaded, what you have I can say stored in your bucket. Okay, so what we generally do, I can say very clever practice. So let's suppose if we are going for a job, we are just sending them the mail. Okay, like I want to apply for this particular thing and this that, like blah blah blah. So in that particular moment, what we generally do, we generally upload our CV to our S3 bucket, and we just generally get the link from there, like the object URL, and we paste it in that mail, or I can say on our LinkedIn or anywhere, so that whenever like someone is going to check, so they will understand, okay, this person knows like how to configure S3, and this person is having understanding of cloud computing, or we can say specifically AWS cloud. Okay, so even like as you can see, like we are able to open this, and this is my object URL. Okay, so again I'm copying it and I'm just adding this over here, like https, okay, hopingmindsbucket.s3.ap south, then amazon aws.com slash the name of our file which we have uploaded as our object. So the object which we are having as download.png, and if I press enter, you will see I'm getting this particular file. Okay, so I can access this from anywhere in the world. Okay, that's why we say in AWS S3 we are having the very high availability and durability. Okay, so very in a very fast and efficient manner we can access our data which we have stored in our bucket. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood like how you can actually set up and configure your S3 bucket, how you can create the bucket, how you can upload the object to your bucket. Okay, and you can upload any type of file in your bucket, so you don't have to worry about the type. You can, whether it's your PDF, video, anything you can upload, it's totally depends on you. Okay, so from this entire session I hope you guys have understood the concept of objects and buckets. Like you have understood like how we can create buckets into our S3 and how we can upload our data into S3 practically. Okay, so that's it for now. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, just take care of yourself. Thank you so much.